But first, imagine if your best friend saved your life on an almost daily basis. How would you thank them? A bottle of bubbly, a nice meal out, or perhaps just a pat on the head? Oh, Coco, you got the ball.
Good boy. No, fetch it. Fetch the ball, eh?
Coco is a 15-month-old Labrador who likes nothing better than a game of fetch.
Thank you. You ready then?
Not only is Coco Karen's best friend, but he's also the dog that could save her life.
Good boy.
Oh, that was quick.
Yay! Fetch bag.
Karen has Addison's disease, which is a major malfunction of the adrenal glands. Coco's job is to sense when things are going wrong and alert Karen to take her medication.
You want extras for that, don't you? I can start being poorly quite quickly. I could be lying in bed in the morning, sleeping, and all of a sudden I'll feel something wet and licking me. Like at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, you think, stop it, just go back to sleep, it's all right. But he's alerting to me and telling me that there's a problem, and then he starts pawing at me. And if I just roll over and pull a cough, he jumps on the bed and starts pawing at me. He's even pawed my face to try and make me come round and things like that. Good boy. Oh.
Dogs like Coco could save the NHS millions of pounds because their early warning system alerts owners to take action at home before the problem becomes so acute they have to go to hospital.
Oh, hello, Karen. How are you?
I'm very well.
There.
Coco.
Gorgeous. From what I've seen, when she comes into hospital, she's well 1 minute and extremely unwell the next. And I think, I'm not sure any doctor or medical personnel can actually stop that at this point in time.
Coco's actually helping me with the Addison's disease.
If she can, through Coco, become aware of that at an early stage, then it may prevent some serious implications.
He's alerting me before I have my medication.
Before your morning dose. I think it's very intriguing, and I think it may set some precedent to detection of other similar conditions, not necessarily just in endocrinology, but in general medicine as a whole.
The charity Cancer and Biodetection Dogs has long realised the potential for pooches to detect illness. It's here at their offices that Coco learned his unique skills. He looks on as a cancer-sniffing dog works out which of the carousel arms has the cancer smell. Now, once researchers understand how dogs recognise these smells, the plan is to develop an electronic system that can do the same thing.
To train Coco, I was basically teaching him first to tune into Karen's scent. Now, to start with, I asked Karen to take samples when she was feeling unwell. So when she was feeling unwell, she blew onto a small gauze that was put into this pot and then put into the freezer. Now, I tuned Coco into this smell, but I also then later on in training had to teach Coco to discriminate the smell when Karen was unwell with that when she was well, and that's basically how the training worked.
Coco is the first dog trained to detect Addison's disease. Now, this tube has the scent created by the illness, and Coco immediately recognises it.
I suspect that for many, many years, dogs have been trying to tell us things in subtle ways, but that we've just been completely ignoring it. And now we're becoming aware of what dogs can detect. I think this whole area, the potential is just vast.
Some bits and pieces. It's a bit embarrassing, you know, when you just fall ill in the street and everybody looks at you, but this little man here says, come on, let's go off, let's go and sort yourself out, kind of thing. And he's my little special angel.
Really, that you feel confident and relaxed, but also that I can see that Coco's really happy in the environment, that he's not worried about coming into shops with you, and he's obviously quite happy.
Coco has to stay by Karen's side at all times, so he mustn't be fazed by the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
Very good boy. Coco is actually a world first, and it's very, very exciting for the charity because we had no idea when we started this whether it was a possibility. We train normally hypoglycemic detector dogs. These are dogs that warn type 1 diabetics when their blood sugars are falling dangerously low.
Coco, come!
We had no idea if we could help someone with Karen's medical condition.
He's a good boy!
That's fantastic, because you've got the distractions of all the seagulls and the water, and it's really, really good. There's pigeons everywhere, there's water, people walking past, and they just totally focused on Karen, so that's Just what we're looking for.
Coco, come.
Every day we learn something new about the way in which dogs are able to detect human disease. And these aren't fluffy dog stories, these are real stories. We're training dogs to identify changes in body odour. These are minute changes in body odour that occur when we have particular diseases and conditions. We have the cancer dog story, but also we have the hypoglycemic detector dogs detecting tiny changes in blood sugar very, very accurately. And now, of course, we now understand that dogs are able to detect an oncoming Addison's crisis. I think the potential is huge, and I think dogs have been, well, clearly been able to do this for centuries. It's just we haven't recognised that they're able to do it, so we haven't tapped into this huge potential.
Ready? This way. He's changed everything. I'll go out a lot more now because I'm not nervous and, you know, things like that. And like years ago when I used to go through a bad phase, I used to think people were looking at me because I ballooned and really gone not the way I should have done, and I won't go out and things like that. He's just totally changed.
Now they just admire your dog, don't they?
Yeah, now they look at the dog and not the person, so it's really good. It's not only a dog, he's my friend, he's my safeguard, aren't we? We're a team. And I think that's the most important thing, you're a team. I trust him and he trusts me, and that's more important than anything. He has basically my life in his paws.
Who's a clever boy then? Predictive pooch Coco there. Now for our final